everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. We've got a brand new gun for you to check out. This is the new Shocker RSX. It's brand new. We got our hands on one so you guys can check it out. It's a pretty sweet setup. We'll go through some of the basic features of the gun so you can check it out. Starting from the front of the gun, it does come with the 14-inch All-American barrel with the insert in it. It is a, like I said, a freak barrel. Or if I didn't say it, it is a freak barrel. Probably the coolest thing about the barrel system setup is it's now cocker threaded. So no longer do you have to worry about getting an ion threaded barrel or impulse threaded barrel. It's cocker threaded now, so you can use any of your other cocker barrels to fit this gun, which I think is a great change. A lot of people have cocker barrels out there, and so having to buy a whole new barrel system just to fit your gun kind of is a drag to some people. So cocker threaded now works with all your cocker barrels. Easy turn ASA. Doesn't take a lot of force to go through there, even on some of the newer bottles like the Ninja bottles with the ball regs, which can be sometimes hard to depress. This works great with them. Easy turn, doesn't take a lot of force to get the bottle to gas up. So gas, obviously no macro lines. Gas runs up through into the regulator system and then back through into the bolt system. Magnetic trigger. You've got brake beam eyes, dual brake beam. I don't say dual, brake beam eyes. The detents inside here are a little different too. They're going to be hard to see if I took them apart, but they work kind of like a lever now. So as the bolt travels through, it presses the lever down. It takes a lot less force to move the lever to the side rather than having a rubber nub or something like that that will impart more force onto the ball. So it's less harsh on paint. So the lever will just fold out of the way and let the ball travel right by, making for a nice smooth transition to ball down the tube. LED or OLED on the back. Let me turn this thing on real quick so you guys can check it out. You might not be able to see it right there. But the way they've created this new bezel on the back, you can look at it from an angle and still see everything. So you don't need to be directly behind the screen in order to easily see what's going on. You can see it from the sides just because of the way the back of the gun is warped around like that. Probably the coolest feature though is the new bolt design inside here. It is a spool valve setup running about 160 PSI. They're getting from most of their benchmark stuff that they're doing right now about a 10% efficiency increase over traditional spool valve setups. But it is a toolless removal. Now, a lot of spool valve systems that say they're toolless, they can be a little hard to deal with. You have to lift up a lever and sometimes you get stuck or something very, very hard to grab onto with your hands. This has a little push button on the bottom right here. If I push the button, you see the back of it pops right out. Grab it, pull it out. When you go to put it back together, push it back together, just like that. Very, very simple. Super cool. Now the bolt itself is a very, very simplified version of the old Shocker bolts. A lot of the guys that ran the old Shockers, I used to have an NXT and an SFT. A lot of stuff going on in those bolts. A lot of O-rings to maintain, but it's a super, super simple setup. Still splits apart in the middle. You can pop that out of there. You see there's your bolt right there. Put that back together. The bolt design is based kind of off the ion, so don't misconstrue that as it's an ion bolt, because it's not. But some of the ideas and properties of the ion bolt are integrated in this. So with this type of bolt, the bolt speed that you get, it's really, really hard. I've never seen it happen on an ion or anything like that, to get first shot drop off or bolt stick or things like that. There's no spring system in this to help overcome any bolt stick or anything like that. It cycles super smooth. It shoots just like the Shockers I remember. Shoots amazing. I was out back shooting it. And you'll see, we'll do a shooting video so you guys can check it out, obviously. But the bolt is super cool. The way that pops out like that, it makes it super easy to maintain, take it apart, and put it back together. Overall weight, so this gun has the battery in it, has the barrel on it right here. I'll throw it up on the scale so you guys can see that. So on the scale with barrel, 1 pound, almost 1 pound 11 ounces, just under 1 pound 11 ounces, which for a complete gun is ridiculous as far as weight. And you would think that with the gun being that light, that you would feel a lot of the motion of the gun, a lot of the kick, so to say, but it doesn't. It really shoots nice. I think it's a great setup. So if you're interested in a new gun, oh, and it's all aluminum too. They didn't skimp on any composite parts, all aluminum. For the price they're throwing it out there at, I think it's going to be a great pickup. So if you have a chance to check one of these guns out, check it out. It's the new RSX. It's going to be available through the website in multiple colors, so check it out and order your new RSX through ansgear.com.